Hi, my name is Kaylee Penner, and I'm here today to talk to you about gender conflict. And this is all about how men and women solve their conflict, not only with each other, but with others throughout their lives. Men and women solve their conflict differently throughout stages in their lives. One thing does remain throughout the stages, though. Men and women are more physical, aggressive, competitive, and demanding, whereas women are more cooperative. In the preschool phase, this is where boys order each other around to try to get their way. And you do see this a lot, but as they get older, they tend to start suggesting things. I think they realize that the demanding isn't working, and that if they ask, they are more likely to get their way than if they demand to get their way. But for preschool girls, they are more likely to give a proposal. They either ask what each girl wants to do or make a joint proposal. But as girls mature and get older, they start to show aggression in trying to resolve their conflict. But how they show this aggression is less direct than boys. Girls will more likely gossip, backstab, and use social exclusion. Adolescent boys, on the other hand, are more likely to get in verbal showdowns and physical fights to solve their conflicts. These types of differences can carry on into adulthood, but not always. Male and female college students view conflicts in different ways, no matter the cultural differences. So it doesn't matter where you're from, you are most likely to view conflicts in a similar way as somebody from a different country. Most females saw men as more worried about power, and this does make sense. You always hear about who's wearing the pants in the relationship, is it the man or the woman, who's in charge of everything. And boys often get made fun of when they do things for their girlfriends, the whole, oh, you're whipped, or things like that. Whereas men saw women more worried about maintaining the relationship in the conflict. When when you compare the behavior of both genders, you can see that women are more assertive but expressing ideas and feelings. And it makes sense because women are more known for talking about their feelings and wanting to get things out there, whereas men are more likely to avoid discussing those issues. But these differences don't stop men from forming good relationships and friendships. For men, most strong relationships and friendships are built around competition. And you see this a lot as boys get older too. They're always competitive about sports, and they can make a competition out of anything really, and that's how a lot of their good friendships are formed, and that's how they have fun, is being competitive with each other. Some women can be competitive, but women are more likely to use logic, reasoning, instead of being physical. Men can also be less aggressive and physical, but that really only happens when they're communicating with women. Female, the stereotype of men always being physical and aggressive to solve problems are not always true, just as women being more cooperative than men when it comes to resolving their conflict isn't always true either. Some women can be very difficult and they want to get their way, and they're the demanding ones when it comes to solving conflict. And some men can talk about their feelings and issues that are going on in their lives. And it's not just about either you being male or female, it's also about your personal experience and what kind of experience you've had solving conflict. If you're not very good at solving conflict, you're obviously not going to do very well, but if you've had a lot of experience, you're going to do a lot better. It's also your personality comes out in it. If you're a very demanding person, you're going to be very demanding when it comes to solving your conflict. But if you're a very calm, relaxed person, solving conflict isn't going to be that hard for you. Men and women have different conflict styles. There's always going to be some of the individual's own personal style put into the conflict solving. There are some There are some men in my profession, not a lot. You don't always see it. I've been at daycare centers where there are almost no men, where there are no men at all. But I've also been at centers like the one I'm at now where it's run by a man and there is almost a man in every room. And it really helps. The kids really enjoy it. The boys get to see men, like a full grown man, and how he can solve conflict without being physical and aggressive or demanding. But this profession, men cannot resolve their conflicts by being aggressive, because you can't be aggressive towards the children or other staff, and you cannot be physical towards the children and other staff. So they have to take on more of the female characteristics of being more accommodating and more compassionate, and talking about their feelings and the issues that are going on in their room. They can't just grab a kid and yell at a kid and hope for the best. They have to actually talk about the feelings that are going on and what's going on in their room. The children and other staff, who are most likely going to be female, are the ones they're going to be dealing with, so these characteristics are really going to have to show a lot more than their male characteristics. Men and women are always going to have different conflict styles based off of their gender, but a lot of your individual personality can be put into solving your conflict style. If you just think of it that way, you are going to have a lot easier time trying to solve your conflict with another person, whether it be male or female, depending on what's going on. Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned something.